Thanks for joining us, guys.
Welcome to our first ever TikTok live. Is that what we're on?
Yeah. We're still relatively new to TikTok, so pardon me if there's any issues on here.
So we started going to Adepticon together 2022.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, we were just looking at Imperial Assault at the time.
That was like our main thing that we were excited to go to.
And it seemed like, because of the pandemic, that there was going to be a ton of leftover happen the final year of Worlds. But then it turned out that there were only about 10 of us. But it was still a blast. And we still do Imperial Assault. Not really competitively. We really just get ready to play an Imperial Assault little tournament at Adepticon each year. So we only really do IA a couple months here or there.
A lot of painting seminars on Wednesday, which is cool. I definitely want to find some sort of painting seminar to go to.
I've followed half of these people on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta click on it.
Fast food. Sounds like a spoof, whatever it is.
Battle for the favor of the one, fast food. It was introduced at Gen Con in 2022. It's a miniature skirmish game. A post-apocalyptic Hunger Games style setting.
So we started 2022. Thought it would be cool to do IA, the first last IA championship, and we've been doing IA once a year since. But then that year, I was also getting into Star Wars Legion, and I did Legion singles. It wasn't actually the World Championships; it was just the Adepticon main event. And went 2-2, so I was pretty happy with that, and then dropped so I could play other games. I got you to play Legion for the first time that year.
That was the first year we did doubles.
So we did IA singles, and that was the first time you competed in anything. And we did Legion teams, and our I was like 1,400 points or 1,600 points, which is a huge game for Legion, or was at the time. And so we did the Phantom Menace and had tons of B1s, Darth Maul, and a couple of AAT tanks and Staff Riders.
Yep.
And we got best theme for our Phantom Menace stuff. I play Lord of the Rings, what is it, Middle-earth strategy battle game, just because I had old Warhammer Fantasy models that I wanted to use, so I play spiders. I play the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood, and I throw in some goblins, and occasionally I'll pull out a really cool game, but that's more for like storytelling. I feel like there are some competitive players for Lord of the Rings, but a lot of it's just for those cool cinematic moments.
We're really excited to scroll through this list and see what all is being...
Vincent Ventrell is a legend.
Oh, yeah?
So last year, with our Star Wars Legion, Mandalorians, and one of our judges was Miniac, and one of our judges was Eric from Eric Hobbies, and Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions. I mean, that's actually a decent price considering what we saw last year. This one up like $100, so
Cool.
That'd be a good class. Speaking of hobby and painting classes, though, it's shameful that it's actually my daughter who has taken one before I have. I've self-taught since I was 10 years old, and, YouTubing everything, but Rosie actually took a class.
Painting faces and eyes. That's what I need, because I suck at that. $33.
Not be good at eyes yet, but I will have to say Stephanie's come a really long way in the last 6 months. So yeah, so you might not have done eyes yet, but I'm super proud because you've come in about 6 months what took me about 10 years to figure out.
But you're a good teacher, so.
I appreciate that.
Lots of hobby seminars.
Yeah.
Blending.
And we're only at 9 o'clock.
This year.
What? I mean, that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So Marvel Crisis Protocol is up there for us. It's probably our main game right now. I've ran a couple little local tournaments this past year for MCP. We went up to Michigan together and played in an MCP event, and I went down to Indy. There was a day we played Modified Timelines. Timelines is a really strange format where you have to come up with 3 different lists. I mean, some of the side events are some of the most fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably underestimated trivia until we actually tried it, and now we love it and do it every year. I'll give you guys a huge hint on trivia. Our strategy the first time we played was to find another small group that looked like a lot of fun.
Because you can have up to 6 people on a team.
Yes. So if you show up to trivia with, 2 or 3 people, well, go find, 2 or 3 more people that look interesting and fun and join their team. And we've been meeting up with the same group at Adepticon the last couple of years, playing trivia together.
They're so much fun. Those are our people. Hero clicks.
Yeah. I remember those Hero Clicks last year.
Lots of Battletech. D&D Onslaught.
Have played 1 game of Battletech, and it was just a couple months ago. A friend of mine let me use my Alien and Predator chibi models I painted recently as mechs and played Battletech, and it was a blast. It is a lot of math, and it is a lot of checking boxes and calculating how much damage and where the damage is. But if you like that kind of thing, Battletech's a great game.
Crisis Protocol, What If? New Crisis in Town.
I'm pretty sure What If is the draft. I'm pretty sure that's where they draft characters.
Oh. X-Wing Teams.
That'd be neat. Team events, they're kind of our jam. Dallas, we met Dallas last year. There are some of these pirate games that I would love to try, because walking by the tables at Adepticon and the pirate ship set up for this, I wish I played that. If Witchborn is like your jam, we are just now... It sounds more like a roleplay session, which would be fun to do if you need a break from your serious tournaments and you're like, hey, let's go tell a story. So we've done, for side events, quote unquote, side events, everything's a side event, everything's a main event, everything matters. We've done trivia, and we did Gonk Droid Racing. What else have we played? Would you consider Okay, so Heroescape's pretty cool. Heroescape's making a resurgence, full set or multiple sets of Heroescape that came out when I was a kid, and it just kind of faded away. It was a really cool game where you can have fighters from different eras fighting each other on these hexes that stack up to make different levels of terrain. Really interesting. But then it kind of disappeared, and then just this last year started coming back. And it's really cool that Adepticon was like, hey, I know it's year one coming back to it, but we have an event for you. Is this grimdark?
Hobby seminar.
Interesting. A lot of Heroescape.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Mark Sarastro. I think I've made you watch one of his videos before, possibly. Just fantastic.
Oh, look, a Star Wars Legion Learn to Play. We can learn to play the new rules.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. We currently have a love-hate relationship with Star Wars Legion. And so we want to defend our title yet again.
Mm-hmm.
And we both enjoy playing Legion. It's not your favorite game to play, but...
No, but I'll play the teams of
just the teams, and that's fine. But they came out with a completely new set of rules. I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago. And I've just not wanted to invest the time to learn to play the new edition. So we can do the learn to play
on Thursday.
Play the doubles on Saturday.
Write it down.
I mean, we kind of need that.
It's Thursday from 1 to 4.
Well, okay. I have a side tangent.
Okay.
About this Legion stuff, because not only is it relearning the rules, and I'm sure most of you understand the pain of going through relearning your game. So right now, there's not a card pack that you can get. You have to print it off. So I've not wanted to invest the time in learning it, but I also haven't felt like printing off all these cards that are just, from home. But
okay, so here's this race day Adepticon 500. Last year we did gonk racing.
Yeah.
And, it was cool, but it was, I don't know, it was interesting. It wasn't racing.
There's so much bump on the table.
It's like glorified bumper cars.
Yeah.
It's very hard to actually have.
It was more like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Like a bing, 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 bing around the board rather than a race. But, it was fine. It was fun to do once. Probably wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I don't know how many you need.
Yep.
I guess just bring a bunch of D6. Okay, let's keep scrolling. Star Wars Armada.
And because this year is now Milwaukee, or we're going to go until Milwaukee in 2025, Armada can be in the room with all the rest of the games.
Because the room will be big enough?
Yeah, and they won't have to get kicked out and over to the other hotel.
Overflow hotel with all the historicals.
Yeah. We're both really excited about the move to Milwaukee. It's going to be more of a drive for us, about an extra hour. But just the fact that everything can kind of come back together.
Well, the nice thing is we have family up in Madison, so we might go spend a few days at their place and then drive the 45 minutes over to Milwaukee on Wednesday.
Yeah. And there's more, what we heard, there's more hotels attached, more restaurants attached. So
there was 3, I think, that were attached.
Or within a block.
I think 2 or 3 of them were literally across the street. So hopefully everybody got the hotel they were wanting. Lots of HeroClix, lots of unlimited. Star Trek. To learn to play.
Oh, Malifaux. Okay, so they have a podcast. They now talk about MCP.
What's their podcast called?
Modified Fate.
Okay, cool.
So their older episodes are Malifaux.
We'll give them a shout out.
Yep. Modified Fate on YouTube.
Intro to non-metallic metal.
which Stephanie used to call Eminem.
Yeah. Well, like, people say NMM.
I know.
And that's so hard to say. It rolls off the tongue better if you say Eminem.
And our brains are trained to say Eminem, so I was working on a little bit of non-metallic metal on the Mandalorians, and she's like, "You working on your Eminem?" Battletech Grinder. So is that where you grind up the models? I know there's an event. I forget what it's called, where they actually grind up. I think it's based on 40K.
Unlocking the mind with...
I could be wrong,
weathering.
but I think this is the first year where they've had like color pictures of the artists.
Oh, for sure.
That's neat. You can like try to draw people's eye in with the bright picture. And then you get one of these like that's just black and white. It's like, I'm sorry, man, but you needed a bright picture to catch the eye. So I'll join your class.
Ultimate encounter with Thanos.
Oh my gosh. It's brutal.
Do you want to play that?
Kind of.
Do you want to write it down?
MTP. Yeah, like, I think, how many players is that?
Sorry.
The Thanos
let's
one.
click on it. It is 4 players.
Because what I know it to be is 1 versus, like, 1 Ultimate Encounter player versus... That maybe they, I'm guessing they're coming out with a new version of this. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All miniatures and terrain are provided.
I'll put an asterisk by it.
We'll see what else we find on Thursday.
Drop Fleet Commander. I've heard that's a good game. I've not played it. I'm so sorry. This guy. Yeah, Sergio. Calvo.
You know what we didn't see Wednesday night as we were scrolling through?
Trivia.
Yep.
Huh. They might add those later.
That's true.
Yeah, they always, this is just a tentative schedule. And I'm sure it's subject to change, and events do get added on even after registration. Like Imperial Assault for us the past couple of years, it's been...
added like the week before registration.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping that that they do Imperial Assault again and that it lines up with our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about maybe just doing it on Sunday for IACP. You just scrolled by so much cool stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just seeing hobby seminar after hobby seminar, and I'm like...
Well, if you go up a little bit, there was a Titanicus. I'm pretty sure that is like a knights, but they're like super big, and it takes up like the whole floor.
Dang. Basic techniques. Painting gems and lenses.
I learned gems and lenses from working on Wood Elves from Games Workshop from the late 90s. They had these, it's hard to describe exactly, but their belts have like this huge gem and unlimited and magic. That's awesome.
I do need to keep Thursday evening open in case my group of war dolls wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
have a live hobby hang.
Tell them about what the War Dolls are. What's
So
that?
the War Dolls is a group of women gamers, painters, hobbyists.
There's a Discord that you guys...
There's a Discord that we hang out on and chat on, and every Thursday night at 7 o'clock we have a hobby hang on there where we just get on the voice chat and chit-chat while we hobby. So I'm hoping I can get everyone together that Thursday night of Adepticon and hang out in person.
And do, yeah, in person. Hobby hang. Be awesome. I really like Brendan's work. Not just because his name is my name, but I think he does a lot of the box models for MCP. I'm pretty sure. And other Atomic Mass games.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's really, really, really good.
Star Wars Shatterpoint team event. Well, this is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Well,
It's a long day right before. Did they do a doubles event last year?
yes.
Oh, okay.
I have a picture of the guys in costume. They were, I think one had Jedi robes and one had Sith robes.
I didn't remember if they did that or not.
And the Shatterpoint display was just a plain board, if you remember.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That was from that event.
Way of the beard.
That's awesome.
Color theory.
What was your experience like at Armies on Parade last year?
I was slightly overwhelmed only because I had never even been to Armies on Parade, let alone participated. So
like you had never walked down the hallway.
I'd never walked down the hallway to know what it even was.
Yeah.
Or how many people were going to be there.
Yeah.
So, we're sitting there with our display board on a table and like thousands of people are in this hallway.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was really awesome that our daughter Rosie was there and she was chatting to people about Star Wars and...
Mm-hmm. She was talking about how she helped by being moral support and...
You gotta have a cheerleader.
Yep.
Trivia. Every trivia group needs that one person that doesn't answer any of the questions, but is just making sure everyone else is happy and having a good time.
I think we're on Friday stuff.
Okay. I don't. So I'm obviously very familiar with Warhammer 40K from having played tournaments in the 2010s. But I have no idea what those events were that you just passed.
Friday is Legion Doubles.
Friday is Legion Doubles. Okay. Then play it on Friday.
It's from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
So it'll be a true doubles because we always do Sunday doubles.
It used to be on Sundays,
which was 2 rounds,
and it was only like until 4 o'clock.
Now AMG, I really hope that you lined these up so that people could do, each of the doubles.
Because that's what we go for.
Yep. Like I say that we're never gonna play Shatterpoint because we play Imperial Assault and Legion and MCP. Why would we also need to play Shatterpoint? But because there's a Shatterpoint doubles, I might consider playing that game. So because there's an event for it.
I might actually like Shatterpoint more than Legion, only because I like MCP so much.
Yeah.
That I might enjoy Shatterpoint more.
I can almost guarantee that you'd enjoy Shatterpoint a little more than Legion because of the things that I know you enjoy doing in MCP, the attack backs and different... I'm just so proud of you that you play these games. Okay, Well, it's weird that none of those were on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because...
Why would they do both doubles on the same day? Like, that makes it so people that like to play doubles can't play.
Okay, I know that we're weird.
Play doubles and we go for hobby awards.
I mean, we'll play a singles event sometimes, but, like, if we could just play doubles Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday...
That would be the perfect
I
weekend.
would just do that.
Yeah.
I would go for... We always go for theme first.
Theme.
And then sportsmanship and hobby. No.
Sportsmanship / spirit type awards.
And hobby. And then try to play the game competently. And...
I mean, I'd say we play pretty competently and competitive. We're not like uber competitive, but we play...
We're not meta.
We're not meta, for sure.
Well,
we like to have fun with our opponents. Like, we like to have a fun game.
Right. Like, our vibe is, for the first couple years, we were pouring shots for our opponents and giving them shot glasses.
So if you want to have a good time playing some doubles events, we'll just do shots. It'll be fine.
I don't think we're doing shots this year,
Oh, that's right. We were going to do something different.
What we're going to do? Was it glow sticks? Friendship bracelets. We're going to do friendship bracelets for our opponents this year.
So if you guys want to trade some friendship bracelets, that would be awesome. I bought little dice beads. I bought little skull beads so that it's very Adepticon.
I'm not going to paint all the skull beads into the Adepticon face,
No.
but there's a skull on there, so
It's a skull.
it's halfway there.
Alright, we're about halfway through Friday. There's another Legion Learn to Play.
Okay, great. We could do all the learn to plays so we can play the tournament. Oh, wait, no. They put doubles on the same day.
Yeah, if I have to choose between Legion and MCP, we're playing MCP.
What I was trying to get at earlier is that we really aren't like the usual Adepticon goer. I think that usually an Adepticon goer will have like a tournament and they want to play well in, or a painting competition that they want to do well in.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So... But I recognize that most people just go to play that way. But we go for doubles, and so...
And we're obviously so far along on our MCP display that we're not going to choose Legion over MCP teams.
Yeah. Sorry, Legion. I mean, we took best theme 3 years in a row, and we represented.
Mm-hmm. We might not be doing Legion at this point.
Yeah.
Based on the current schedule that we're looking at.
Yep.
Which is sad that we have to give up our best theme title.
I mean...
Without actually being dethroned.
We were frustrated that we were having to relearn it anyways.
Yeah.
We did have some cool ideas. Probably doing a Hoth echo base and actually making echo base.
Mm-hmm.
I've already done the troopers and the vehicle bases up with, all manner of snow and ice and cracked rocks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they just looked so good, I thought it would make a good display for Legion teams if we did it again this year.
Yeah. Well, and last year was kind of a bit of a letdown when it came to the end of the day and how we were rushed to get to the end of our second game.
Maybe don't get me started on that.
And the fact that they didn't hand out any awards and we had to fight for our best theme. But we're not going to get into that, so.
Yeah. It was just a little bit disappointing. One Saturday, one Sunday, separate, and then only had awards for one event instead of two.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it didn't matter when people came back from lunch. It was just... not treated the way that I liked. We really like the way Ryan from the Stabcast runs doubles.
Yeah.
So if he's running Legion doubles, you can trust that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
If not, then I don't know. I can't make any promises.
Yep. Well, he's not running it because it said AMG presents.
Oh, okay.
So it's being hosted by AMG again this year.
All right. In any case. Grinder just might be I'm guessing, I just keep seeing different games with Grinder afterward. I'm guessing it's just a type of, like a format in which you play them. Like a standard way to play, I'm guessing.
I should have just downloaded the Excel version of this rather than waiting for their website to load.
Yep. So Path of the Worthy, I am going to be putting in a submission for Path of the Worthy. It's probably my first time going for like a major paint award. Like I have a bunch of little awards from the local shops or little conventions, or playing 40K, but I've never gone for like a serious award before, and I've thought about doing the Golden Demon for GW. Just never spent that much brain power or time on one submission, but I'm like, okay, let me try something. So I'm gonna try Path of the Worthy. So when you're looking through these hobby titles, what are you like looking for? Like, as far as where you're at with your painting, like what kinds of things would you want to take?
Maybe just like different techniques. Like I don't want to take a seminar that is like basics because I kind of already have the basics down. The faces, different types of like, I don't know, if I see one that I would maybe be interested in, I'll point it out.
Sure. Because you really have blending down. Like,
sort of.
You've convinced some people that you use an airbrush for some things because you've taken the time to blend it.
I think they were just being nice.
No. I'm serious. You have blending down, but there's a lot of different things. There's like making textures and contrast and color theory. Cool.
I'm trying to get through this, guys, I promise. We all know how slow this website can be.
Oh, I hope registration goes well for us and I mean everyone. I hope it's smooth. I think it was 2 years ago where it was just absolutely horrible.
Last year wasn't bad. You were just having computer issues, so I ended up signing us up for the big events.
Yeah.
Everyone's off work and wanting to check out the events.
So let's see. We found our Legion and MCP teams, but on the same day.
I wonder if there's just too many people on that website right now. All right, well.
So what are we hoping to see on Saturday? Since we couldn't look at it.
I don't know. Maybe we see if we can find... maybe there's going to be a second MCP teams, a second Legion double.
They set these up so that a display could be chosen for armies on parade. And they're doing it on Friday, so everything's in by Saturday night.
Yeah.
That is my guess on that. So we probably won't see a second teams. They kind of learned their lesson. What are we hoping to see on Sunday?
I don't know what to expect on Sunday if Legion doubles is on Friday now.
Yeah. So we might have to get creative with our schedule this year.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and
check us out, Born Miniatures on Instagram,
Facebook, TikTok, obviously, YouTube.